your squat, bench, and deadlift PRs and training sessions suck, and you're limiting your potential in every way, shape, or form. Now, not too long ago, I was in that same position, feeling the same weights over and over again, not be able to progress in any way, shape, or form. So I spent time and time again trying to learn about different things, different ideologies people use to excel in these standards. So I came up with 3 things that can help you for your next PR day and training session that can help your mindset, your physical ability, and different things that will help you excel at your lift. Number 3. Now, number 3 is approach. Approach is how you see every single lift, mentally and physically. So we can go back to something like training blocks and also program. Now, program is the number 1 telltale sign of how you will progress throughout the lift, no matter if it's squat, bench, or deadlift. If your program is not helping you and equipping you for those heavier, harder weights and sets through different variations, then you need to get rid of your program. Now, over time, at some point, people will need to use a program. They'll start without it, slowly increasing weight every time. But at some point, it stops. There's no more. I remember being in the same position, adding weight every time to my squat, and at some point it stopped. And with no idea what to do, I was stranded. Felt alone, like there was nothing I could do about it. So that's why I looked online to see different things I could do. Now, with a program. Now, you can find many programs, things like liftingvault.com. Very good programs there from well-renowned, known people that have done stuff like this and can help you. Now, also with approach is the mentality you take towards each day. Now, the mentality you have to each type of lift every single day, you start that. You do it. The mentality that you think about that can help you starts right up here. Right up here. In your brain. If you're like, oh my gosh, my arms are so long, I can't bench, oh, so much extra range of motion, oh, I'm going to be weak, it's my worst lift. If you think that's going to be your worst lift every session you go into, it's going to be your worst lift. Your simple mentality that you have about your lift makes the biggest difference. If you go into every session saying, I'm going to crush this weight no matter how it feels, I'm going to go in and do exactly what I need to do to get stronger, over time, it will build up and make a giant difference. You need to have the right mentality and approach. The approach can be one of the most important things. No good approach, no good lift. Now, that ties right into number 2. Number 2 is quality. Now, quality. Quality is such a broad word. What do you mean quality? Well, quality is the individual of how good your sessions are. Not just how good your sessions are. Are you choosing and doing the right type of quality in each session? Let's say I show up and I have a 4x5. Let's say it's like 200 pounds on squat. Just a random example. Well, I'm not feeling the best at it. I don't want to. This isn't I don't want to. I don't want to go hit that. So I'm going to do 2x5. Oh, well, those 2 sets every other session, that can make a difference in the end. If you do not consistently, not just show up, but consistently do what is in your program and do what you need to do, there's no progression that will be made. Quality is so important because you need to make every single, with that mentality that you can have, that is going to be your best set ever. You can have good quality sets. Now, you might not feel the strongest, but it will show on video or different things. You can see yourself lifting. It will be so much better. You'll see how quality your sets were, and you can look back like, dang, you know what, that was a good set. Did good, might not have felt the best, but feeling's one thing, but how it actually looks to another, that makes the world of a difference. The quality you bring to your different lifts will majorly affect them. Now, tying into number 3, consistency. Now, everyone's heard you gotta go be consistent at the gym. In the beginning, I struggled. I didn't want to go and do every day. I didn't want to do deadlifts. I didn't feel like the strongest on deadlifts. They were a pain. They were annoying. But you know what? At some point, you want to make progress. So you know what you do? You go out there and you do it. Now, when I went out there, I put everything. I took the quality and the approach. If you take your approach and your quality and you combine that with consistency, unstoppable. Consistency will hold everyone back. Your consistency that you can hold over time is the building block that Without consistency, nothing else matters. You could have one session a month with those two other things, but without consistency, it's not going to build up in the end. How consistent you are with your lifts over time will make the world of a difference. You see, let's take John. John goes to the gym about 3 times a week. Now, in those 3 sessions, he does squat once, he does bench the next day, and then he does deadlifts. So in those sessions, he's doing okay quality. He's coming up to the bar, just going through the motions. Now let's take Bob. Bob goes 6 times a week, follows his program, and also consistently has quality sets, doesn't skimp out, getting good rest and sleep, and showing up every time with the right mentality. Now, who do you think is going to beat the other person in about 8 weeks? Let's say they're at the same starting point, same weight stuff. It will be Bob. 9 times out of 10. Because Bob shows up and puts the work in. That's just an example. Not necessarily needed, but the consistency that you will put in over time with anything. If you show up every day and just get 1% better in whatever you're doing, anything, doesn't have to be the gym. But in that example, things will get better and improve. But at least learning from what happened, like, this session wasn't the best, but I'm going to show up, be consistent, show up tomorrow, so next session with better mentality, and just, I'm going to be better. I'm going to get better today. You need to be trying to get better and showing up every session with the right mentality, no matter what it is. Now, I hope you can incorporate these 3 things. These 3 things in the end game will make a very big difference in how far you press, squat, bench, and deadlift. You see, if you are not incorporating any of these things, your quality, not only your quality, but your mentality about stuff will just not be there. When you have all 3 things, consistency, you show up every single day. That is the number 1 building block. If you at least show up, you're putting that work. And then you have the right mentality about it. Your mentality will directly affect the quality, because that mentality will lead to the quality, and then that quality will go directly to the progress you're trying to make. And the consistency over time, boom, beat all the competition out. But it's you versus you. And are you going to put that work in? You need to put that work in. Over time, you can be better and better and better and improve in every single way, shape, or form. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one.